So this is lesson 2, how to choose your RV and kind of what's the best for you and your family. The opportunity in this kind of adventure for family connection, for joy, and for learning is huge. I can't emphasize it enough. I guess they call it being an evangelist, and I'm definitely an evangelist. Why? Because I've lived it and seen the outcomes of choosing to bring my family out there. Simply put, it's so worth it, but it can be daunting. Maybe it feels too much compared to, say, flying somewhere as you've done before, but that's the purpose here, to give you the information and the steps. And the first step is choosing your RV. So there's 5 classes of RVs. There's Class A, Class B, travel trailer like this, a teardrop, and a pop-up. So how do you choose which one is right for you and your family? There's 5 questions that you need to ask yourself that are really going to help you narrow down your choices to picking the right RV for you and the experience that you want. Do you need to disconnect or not? How many people are in your group? How long are you going for? What kind of gear do you need to carry? And what does the final destination look like? So when I think about choosing an RV, I really want to talk about like who you are as a person, right? Are you married? Are you single? Do you have kids? Do you have pets? Because all of this is going to come into play when you want to choose the RV that's going to work best for you or you and your family. So if you're single, I would suggest looking at something a little bit smaller, like a pop-up or a teardrop or maybe even a Class B. If you're married and have kids, you want to start looking at, a Class B or something even a little bit bigger, like a travel trailer, which we have, or a Class A. It really all depends on what's going to work for you and your family, or you and your dog, or you if you are single. I mean, that's the whole point. So for me and my family, we chose a travel trailer for a couple different reasons. One, we can always disconnect when we get to our campsite. And for us, we like to adventure further on and have a truck that'll take us off-road past where our destination might be, where we're camping. We like to separate camp from travel. So disconnecting for us is huge. How many people are in a group? There's 4 people and a dog. So we obviously wanted something that had a little bit more space. So now we're going from Class A and Class B are eliminated, and we're talking about a travel trailer. So for us, we chose a 30-foot for our family because there's 4 of us. We need space to sleep. We have friends that come and visit us. And it's just, we have a lot of gear. So that was the choice for the amount of people that we had in our group. What kind of gear do you need? Well, for us, we're an extremely adventurous family. We bring mountain bikes, we bring e-bikes, we have paddleboards, we have rafts, we have a lot of sand toys and gear for the kids. So for us, the gear was a big part of it. That's why we went with a larger trailer, because we have a ton of gear. So where are we going? We tend to do a lot of boondocking, which is basically camping off-grid. So for us, the final destination typically is somewhere that doesn't have a lot of power and maybe doesn't have water. That's another reason we chose a camper of this size, because it has a big water capacity and we're able to kind of exist in an environment that is off-grid. Now when I say off-grid, I mean away from power and away from a water source. And so for us, how long are we going for? Well, we've been on the road for quite some time. But for this class specifically, we're talking about a weekend getaway. And for us, we typically would take something like this on a weekend getaway because, like I said, we are a very adventurous family and we have a ton of gear. So the storage space in this is critical for a family of 4 going away for the weekend with all of our gear and food and supplies. That's the reason we chose something in the travel trailer space in the 30-foot length. Up next, it's a deep dive into essential gear.